Hey, what's up, guys? So let's go over the 7 most likely players in MLB to be traded this season, either at the deadline or before the deadline. I've been thinking about this, and I think there's going to be some, maybe not wacky trades, but unexpected trades that happen this offseason because there's going to be teams that we might not think are contenders that are going to be contenders. And teams that are surprisingly good right now, I think some of them might be surprisingly good later on. And vice versa. Teams that we thought were going to be good are going to be not so good. So, and that's kind of the way baseball, evolves every year anyway. But I want to give you my list of 7. I want to know what you think. Put your feedback in the comments down below. If you like stuff like this, I do this on a regular basis, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you haven't yet, hit the notification so that you don't miss future videos. And I'm going to go over my 5 most surprising players this season too this week, so you're not going to want to miss that. And I'll do my post-game recaps for the Yankee games as well. So you enjoy that stuff, make sure you do both of those, and please hit the thumbs up as well if you enjoyed the videos. It's really helpful to the channel's growth. So let's go over this list. I'm also gonna give you my prediction of where I think they're gonna go. So number 1, Josh Hader. The reason why I say Josh Hader, and it's kind of a topic every year, but he's now getting expensive through arbitration, and I'm not sure Milwaukee's going to be able to afford him. They got Devin Williams and they have a couple other young relievers, so I think they'll be fine if they move him. I think it's be a situation of addition by subtraction. I think they'll still get a haul for him because he has a couple years of team control left, and I think this is probably the year of it's not a matter of if anymore, it's a matter of when, and I think it's going to happen this year. Where do I predict him going? I predict him going to either Atlanta or the St. Louis Cardinals. It's either the Braves or the Cardinals, depending on where their standings are. I think Cardinals will probably have a greater need, but the Braves are probably in a better position to give up more for him, since the Cardinals gave up some prospects for Mr. Arenado. So I'm giving my edge to the Braves, but I still have St. Louis in there. So, and I think he'll be a huge impact player in one of their pennant races because I see them both going pretty far this season. So that's my number 1. Number 2, Kyle Hendricks. I've done proposals recently, and he's one of my predicted guys. I think Chicago can move a lot of guys. They could move. Well, I think they should move Chris Bryant, because at this point they might as well move him at the deadline or before the deadline and get something for him, because he's going to walk as a free agent next year. I don't think they're going to re-sign him. But I can see them moving Kyle Hendricks to a team that needs a frontline pitcher. And that team, to me, is the Los Angeles Angels. They have the capital to give up for him. And he's got a couple years of control left, and they need a reliable frontline pitcher. And I think they're going to be the team to get him. So, and I think he'll make a huge impact on that team. And I think they're going to be one of the more surprising teams towards midseason and later on. I think they're going to hang around for a while. If they bring him in, he'll keep him around even longer. So I'm going to the Angels. Number 3, Adam Frazier, super utility guy who's currently with the Pirates. He can give a lot of teams versatility because he plays multiple positions and got a good bat. He's a solid player, good defender. And at this point, I think it's time to move him. The Pirates have been kind of slowly moving veteran players and kind of bringing in some younger guys, giving them opportunities. So I think this is the year that they're going to move him. I don't think they'll be in contention in the Central. And I actually have him staying in Pennsylvania, going over to the Phillies and giving them. I think the Phillies, this is probably a better move for the Phillies this year. I do think they should bring in another starter. That still remains to be seen. They might do that. But I think Frazier will give them some versatility, give the lineup some flexibility, and a little more of a contact guy, and again boost that lineup and then just that team with another solid veteran. And I think he's somebody that George Wright is not going to have to worry about. He can just put him in the lineup. He's going to be a good teammate, a good leader, and he'll perform. So, and I think with the Phillies being in contention too at the East this year, I think he'll be a good fit for them. Next, Gerrit Marquez, Colorado Rockies. He's the ace for the Rockies right now. And, he's got a couple years of control. He's going to cost up quite a bit, but I think this is the year to move him. Could I see him packaged with, Daniel Bard? Yeah, I could. I think this is the year that the Rockies are going to move Story and Marquez. I don't think they're going to move him in the same trade. I think they're going to move him in separate trades and get a bunch of prospect capital back for him. Marquez, to me, is going to go to a team in the American League who needs another pitcher. And I wish it was the Yankees, but I don't think the Yankees are going to give up what it takes to get him and then absorb the payroll, absorb his salary too, which will put him over the $210 million threshold. And I just wouldn't work for the Yankees, but I have him going to Toronto Blue Jays, so which will create problems for the Yankees. And I think the Blue Jays have been really aggressive over the last year or so. They need another frontline pitcher to go with Ryu, especially if they want to win the East and go far in the playoffs. And to me, it's just a logical move. It would suck for me as a Yankee fan, but I can see them pulling it off. Joey Gallo, outfielder from the Texas Rangers. I think this is the year he gets moved to. He's kind of come back. He's going to revamp his swing. He's a much better hitter. And he's having a really good year. And I have him going to a team who is going to be around the Central for a little while. And they made some pleasantly surprising moves this offseason, and an owner that wants to spend. And I think this team is just a good fit to bring him in. They'll give up what it takes too. I have him going to Kansas City, actually. And they can be a good fit over at the Royals with those other young guys and veterans, and bring some pop to that lineup. I can see that happening. I could also see Kansas City overtaking Cleveland this year. But I don't see them passing Chicago, Minnesota yet, but I could see them finishing third in the American League Central. And a move like this could help facilitate that. So the Yankees, I still have them making a move, particularly in response to the German Marquez, but it's more of a lower key move. It'll help keep them under the payroll. I have them bringing in Matthew Boyd. So that was going to be my next guy on the list, Matthew Boyd from the Detroit Tigers. He's got 2 years of control left. Yeah, he just turned 30, but the Yankees need more pitching. So their pitching is clearly behind Cole is not reliable yet. Might be reliable later, but not yet. Boyd's shown to be healthy again, and provided he stays healthy, I see him going to the Yankees, giving up a solid package. He's not going to cost what German Marquez would or what Kyle Hendricks would, because he's nowhere at their level, but he'd give them a reliable starter who can go out and throw 5-6 innings on a regular basis, and another lefty to the rotation to pair with Jordan Montgomery. So I've got Boyd going to the Yankees. And last but not least, the prize here, Trevor Story. This one might surprise you. I don't think. He's got half a year left, so he's going to have half a year by the deadline. If he gets traded before the deadline, the team will have more of him because he's going to be a free agent. He's one of the top 4 free agents this offseason that are shortstops. Him and Corey Seager and Carlos Correa and Javi Baez. So Francisco Lindor is already locked up long term at the Mets. I have him going to the American League, to a team who has a shortstop who is the top prospect in all of baseball, but isn't ready for the majors yet. And if you don't know who that is, it's Wander Franco. And I actually have provided Tampa Bay is in contention. I have Tampa Bay, who has the number 1 farm in baseball, giving up a solid package and bringing in Trevor Story, which will allow Wander Franco to kind of continue to develop and take over for him next year, because I do have Trevor Story signing elsewhere in free agency. And I'll go over my free agent predictions video later on at some point this season, because obviously my list will change a little bit. But I have the Rays making a blockbuster trade, and provided they're in contention, and I see it's the only way that he's traded, in my opinion. I don't see him going anywhere else but the Rays. Giving up a good package, but not an exorbitant package, because it's probably only going to be a half a year or 2/3 of a year of Story. But again, in a way that allows them to bring in a superstar without pressuring Wander Franco, who can just take over next year, and provided he's ready, and putting themselves in a position to make the World Series again. So that's my list. To me, the 7 most likely players to be traded this offseason. Obviously, there's a bunch of other lists, and I will do my MLB trade deadline predictions later on. That's not until July 30th, so we have some time. And obviously, a lot of teams will be in a different position by then. So let me know what you think. If you disagree, if you agree, if you have other either teams for these guys, or I think this guy will be traded. Put him down in the comments. I want to know what you're thinking. And let's have some fun with this. So, and by the way, if you enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to over 2,000 subs, and I really want to get to 2,500 by the summer. So, your help's greatly appreciated, and it continues to help this channel grow. So, I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.